Welcome back, Tech and Shashi. Today's networking class we are going to look after MAC address basics. What is a MAC address and why do we need a MAC address? And how do we find a MAC address for our machine? Let's jump into the session. The first thing is about the MAC address is about OSI layer 2. There are couple of models we have looked at. One is OSI layer, other one is TCP IP layer model. So in the OSI model, this is the layer 2, which is the data link layer. When it comes to TCP IP, this is a physical layer. Then it is known as the burned in address. What does it mean? The burned in address is that every adapter in the motherboard will have a physical address printed on it. Say we have a network card interface, wireless or wired or whatever it is, or USB type. So every product vendor, they have been printed hot, they printed on the MAC address has been displayed over there. That's the one what we are looking for. What is that physical address? This one we call it as a Ethernet hardware address as well. The next thing about the MAC address tells who you are, not that never change. Say for example, there are a couple of people, they wanted to communicate each other. The one name is Bob, the other name is Jacob. The one name is Bob, the other name is Mary. Say yes, Bob and Mary is like IP address. It can change. If they wanted to change a name, they can change a name. But the Bob is a male and Mary is a female, so they're never going to change. That is all about media access control address is like something you are that cannot be changed ever. So that's the media access control protocol. The last one is globally unique ID for your network device. Say for instance, every device which has a network interface card, every device has a unique address in global level. So we'll see how that works and who assigns that. We'll see in the going forward slides. Useful and efficient of local communications. We'll see that. What is it? Okay, let's take an example of this one. The purpose of MAC address. Say I have internet and the internet has been connected to my router, which is basically the wireless router. So I have many devices can connect to. So it's maybe my device or it may be anybody's device. All they wanted to know is to get the password for my Wi-Fi connection. As soon as they have a Wi-Fi connection password, they can connect to my router and they can suck my data. Okay, how to avoid this? Since we cannot do IP addressing, whitelisting or IP address filtering in the MAC in the router, we can do it, but our IP addresses may not be static. So even there may be chances of dynamic IP addresses for the current generation of the products. So what we do is we have something MAC address. For instance, we have a handheld device which is a mobile, and we have a TV. Both of them have a MAC address which is whitelisted in the router. Only these two devices, mobile and TV, can access my router internet Wi-Fi. The other devices which is trying to connect to my router, they cannot access the internet over here, even though they're able to connect to Wi-Fi, but still my router denied their request due to their address were not listed in the MAC filter. This MAC filter is part of our router. We'll see that in the end of the class. We'll see how to make this filter enabled in your router. Okay, let's jump into the next thing. Okay, what is a MAC address? MAC address is a 6 bytes hexadecimal number. Say this is something that MAC address looks like. So we'll elaborate how that MAC address has been formed, but this is the 6 bytes, which is a 48 bits. 24 bits, which is assigned by the one global company, which is the IEEE. The person who is looking after all the manufacturers of the network devices. For example, for network card interface, if somebody tomorrow they wanted to start a company, we need to reach out to this IEEE people, and they will assign you some unique 24-bit number, which is basically that. This 3 bytes number they will assign to you, which will be unique for you when it compares to the different vendors. Okay, the second 3 bytes is for the manufacturer's unique number. For a first instance, for the first 3 bytes we have taken from the IEEE, they give us some unique number, and the second 3 bytes it's for the manufacturers. Being a manufacturer, I need to make sure that my my devices, my components are uniquely identified. So that's the second 3 bytes named as such. Okay, how do I determine my MAC address over here? Okay, let's find out. Let's jump into my browser. Let's jump into my browser. As soon as you jump into browser, what it shows is, so I'll clear this, and sorry, it's the Mac. So once I have clear, then all I have to do is config slash all, IP config slash all, then you will see that physical address is C49DED A1EBE5. So if you look at that, there are 6 bytes, and as we discussed, the first 3 bytes is assigned by the manufacturers, and the last 3 bytes by the IEEE, and the last 3 bytes is by the manufacturers. Okay, let's copy this physical address, and we can look up this MAC address and see details of who is the manufacturers. Okay, so let's jump into my browser. Say my browser, I have opened my MAC address lookup DNS, dnschecker.org, maclookup.php. All I have to do is copy that address here and paste it here and look. So if you look at that, my address prefix is C49DED, which is the manufacturer's. Every individual manufacturers has been assigned by the IEEE standards. So this is my vendor company is Microsoft Corporation. The start address and address they provided, and company address is the one Microsoft Wave in US. Okay, so this how it's been come up with the IP MAC address lookup. So you can find out irrespective of what kind of devices. As soon as you have a MAC address, you can look you can do a lookup for the MAC address and find out who is the manufacturer and who is the vendor. Okay, what is starting address and ending address as well. Okay, so now now we found that MAC address is fine. Then that's all. This is the basic what we are going to look after now, right? So this is the introduction to the MAC address. Hopefully this video helps helpful for you. So please subscribe my videos and press the bell icon to get the alert about new videos. Thank you.